welcome back to the GGKB What If channel. Today's What If. Well, what if I was in MHA? Yep, I'm doing one. Because apparently everyone keeps doing it. Look, you know what? I'll give a crack at it. Why not? Okay. First things first, my father will be Mr. Aizawa. Okay, Shadow Aizawa. Well, I'm also having Shinso be a part of the... Shinso will be my childhood best friend. Same goes for Jiro. Shit. No, I'm not telling you yet. But my quirk... Well, I'm a rare case. In this MHA world, people are able to have half and half quirks, one quirk, and 3 quirks. That's right, it's a half and half, it's basically a triple quirk. Quadruplet? Quadruplet quirk. Now, I will have Mr. Aizawa's quirk, but I will also have a mother's quirk in this, but she will die. And her quirk will be called Blood Moon. The basic premise of it, I can control the lunar light and the blood in people. I can also use my own blood to make weapons. Downside of my quirk, if I use my blood too much, I will have a chance of iron deficiency and blood loss. But I will work on that. And the downside to the lunar one, if I use it too much, my skin will go pale, like in the photo, but different. And I'll have the same side effect as Shoda's one, but instead of it drowning out my eyes, it will turn my eyes bloodshot red. Now, I will have fangs and black hair, blue eyes. So yeah. Let's begin, hey? Shoto Ozawa, out on patrol. One night he comes across a young lady. A young woman with red and, well, just white hair. She's out, heading home, when a thug takes her into an alleyway trying to rob her. Ozawa, okay, raises her head, jumps into action, and, well, arrests the villain. He turns to see if the lady is alright, and then becomes awestruck. The moonlight's shining off her hair, with one of her eyes red. Yes, one of my eyes will be red, one of them will be blue. No, black, because Aizawa's are black. Well, they're silver, I think they're silver, but anyway. Yes, but my hair color shall be a mixture of white, black, and, well, red. Anyway, that happens. Let's cut to the next day. She runs into Aizawa again, who's just out in a civilian form, not doing much. Getting ready and all that. As she walks up to him saying thank you for last night, for saving me last night, he says no worries. As she gives him his number. She does find it quite attractive. So let's cut to a few years later. They are now married and she happens to be pregnant. And this night, the night of a blood moon, I happen to be born. But unfortunately, giving birth, the stress, it killed my mother. And I grew up with that one. My father keeps telling me stories of how she was, but I can't help but feel like I'm responsible for her death. My father constantly keeps telling me I wasn't, but I was. I know deep down I was. Let's cut to when I was 4. Yes, I will be using first person a lot in this. Why am I saying it like this? I'm going back in the backstory right now. I was 4 years old when my quirk activated. The moon made my hair, the white side of my head, well, glow, as I activated the lunar side. My father immediately took me to the hospital. They said I took tests and they were astonished. I was one of the 2% of people out there in the world to have 3 quirks. And he said, Mr. Ozawa, your son has 3 quirks, it seems. He has his mother's quirk and your quirk, though not combined. They seem separate, but perfectly functional. Shotaro says, really? What is it? What we would call it? Well, I don't actually have a name, so if you can think of a name, just put it down below. But yeah, let's cut to when I was in school. This kid, this blonde prick, I think his name was Bakugo. I don't know, I don't remember him. He bullied this other kid named Mizuka Midori for not having a quirk, but I didn't really pay much mind. I kept to myself. That was when one day I met her and him, my soon-to-be very close friends, my best friends. One, my brother, the other, my girlfriend. Their names? Shinsei and Kyoko. Kyoko, Jiro, and Shoto. Shinsei, I don't know Shinsei's last name. They come in, they explain their quirks. I pay them no mind. And I just continue to sit in the back of the class, ignoring Bakugo, Jake up on Izuku every now and again, making sure he's alright. And I wouldn't really say we were friends, but I would talk to him every now and again to make sure he's okay. A few days later, Shinsei started talking to me. I don't know the reason, but he did. And we started getting to know each other. And that's one day I saw Bakugo, I guess, picking on Jiro for her quirk. I don't know why he did it. Bakugo just seems to be the hothead type. So I walk up behind Bakugo and saying, that's enough. Leave her alone, dude. I thought you were the kind to pick on a girl. She turns around and says, what was that extra? I'll fucking kill you. Blow you to bits. Bakugo, look. Since you want to become #1 hero, I would stop that. You sound like a fucking terrorist. What was that freak? As he goes, well, I remember that day. He tries to throw an explosion, but I cancel that with my father's quirk. My eyes turn red, hair stands up, and Bakugo can't use his quirk. This is when a teacher comes out, saying, what's going on here? I explain, Bakugo is suspended. But that didn't do anything. It just made their lives harder. But I was able to protect my friends. It seems as if it got better as well. Let's cut to when we were in middle school. It's been a few years now, and it's the end of middle school. Shinso happens to be my best friend at this point, and Jiro's become pretty much a tsundere. But yeah, as time goes by, we're in middle school. It's the last day in middle school too. I remember this. The teacher comes in throwing these papers around. And well, that was it. I zoned out after that. I don't really listen to my teacher. Though I am one of the people with top grades and the top marks in my class. Actually in the entire school. My father wouldn't let it down. He wants me to go to UA. So I said, yeah, I'll go. Now Shinso is aware that my father is the razorhead. Guess you could say Shinso was pretty much #1 fan of my father. Yoko, on the other hand, she knows, but she doesn't really care. She just sees me as me. She's just this kid who likes to wear all black. Bandages around his hands. One red, one black eye. He loves music. He loves playing. Don't tell Jiro that. That was just me in my head. It's the end of the day now. Shinso asked me, hey, like, you wanna train? I'm like, yeah dude, I'll meet you at home. I got something to take care of first. It's like, yeah, no worries. I'll meet you there. Alright, sure. Super. See ya. This Jared comes up behind me, hugging me, saying, can you walk me home please? I got a bad feeling today. I go, sure. Don't worry about it. You know, I'll always walk you home. All you have to do is ask. She smiles and says, thank you, Blake. I walk her home, and well, I get home as well. I say goodbye to Jiro. I'm home. My father is there. Shinso. Shinso, talking to my father. Would you believe it if I said Shinso basically become my brother by this point? He rarely stays at home now. Well, at his home. He stays with me most of the time. Lives here. I don't mind it, neither does his parents, which was strange. But I found out why. His parents don't really like him. They think him a villain. I don't. I know his cloak can be used for good. Brainwashing. I know it sounds pretty evil, but it's an amazing quirk. I keep telling him that. But he believes me. Okay. Let's cut to 10 months later, because I don't feel like explaining what kind of training I did. And the kind of music I tend to make. And in this I do make YouTube videos. Music videos, but Jerry doesn't know this. She watches them, but she doesn't know it's me. Ironic, right? Shinso does, and I asked him to keep it quiet. He has. He's expecting my wishes. Anyway, cut to 10 months later. My father wanted to give me and my friends a recommendation, we decided not to take it. We wanted to get our own merit. We wanted to prove to the school that we could get in our own. My father just chuckled and said, I expected that from my son. And you guys too. And, well, I'm ending it here, right after the beginning of the entrance exam. I hope you have a wonderful night and day, depending where you are, and I love you. Goodbye.